Hey, hey, we're the broadcast. People say we podcast around, but we're too busy drinking and hoping that Andy gets down.
Yes, so good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is episode number 300. Woo!
Yeah.
Season 7, episode 30, for anybody else who's keeping track that way. If you feel the show is incomplete, unless I say that, that was for you.
Yes. I do feel the show is incomplete, unless you say that.
It's part of the formula, the winning formula that has gotten us to 300 episodes.
Exactly. Counting. One by one. Although technically this isn't the 300th episode of the broadcast that we've ever recorded, because we've had broad topics that don't count.
True.
And we did the broad little eyes.
It's true.
Yes.
But anyway, happy official 300. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, full disclosure, if this looks flat, it's because this was an opened champagne bottle that I felt bad throwing out. And there was one glass left from before we even went to Germany. So I did bring a brand new one to pop ceremoniously.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. I loosened it before because I didn't want to have...
This is...
Okay, hold on.
Watch your eyes.
Get a towel.
I don't need a towel. I got this.
Oh, okay.
I love your sweater, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I got
A
it.
sweater.
Boom.
Just needed a little distraction.
Drop the cork.
Cheers to us. 300. That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
It is very crazy. All right. Well, there's a little bit of bubble in my bubbles. In my bubbly.
Put some
I
bubbles in
orange
your
juiced
bubbles.
out all my bubbles. Decided to go mimosa this morning.
Yeah, I did. I
was
do the
gonna drop some
poinsettia.
raspberries. Yeah, I was going to drop some raspberries in mine, and I was so flustered because it took me 6 minutes to open the bottle. I was like, I don't have time. So now I kind of regret not taking a minute to like self-check and make sure I had all the things I wanted, but whatever, it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do what we
You got
can.
the champagne, you got the beautiful glass.
Hey,
That's the essential.
Yeah.
we are joined this morning by, in order of on my screen, we have Judy and Mandi and Matt. Ro was here before we started. She just popped in to say congratulations. So thank you, Ro. And thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Cheers. Oh, that tastes so much different with the bubbles. So much better.
Two-week old bubbles versus like fresh ones.
Yes.
There's a flavor difference, you say.
Well, the other one was the Costco Prosecco. This is the La Marca that I picked up yesterday. I was like, I'm going to go a little bit classier for this. Usually I don't care, obviously. Anyway, hello. Happy Sunday. I was looking up to see if number 300 had any, like, cool whatever, and all I got is it's CCC in Roman numerals.
Ah.
That was basically it.
CCC.
Yeah.
That's,
I kind of like it.
CCC, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I suppose
I was
there's not
thinking-
very many institutions that like get to a 300 celebration,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I had this thought of like, what's the 300th anniversary thing? You know, like, is it paper? Is it diamond? But that's
Right.
not a thing.
Not a thing.
300th.
Not a thing.
It's champagne on a Sunday.
champagne.
On a Sunday.
So I did do some research though. Episode number 100 was published on September 9th, 2018. It was episode 310. That was the party like it's our 100th birthday. And then,
Nice.
Does anybody remember, because I hadn't until I looked it up, what episode number 200 was? I'll give you a hint. It was over Zoom, so it was post
Yeah.
Zoom times. Which is also fucking nuts that since the pandemic started, we've done over 100 episodes, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's been like 3.
I know!
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
shy of,
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
It was our broad Zoom table. It was our Broadsgiving episode. Happened to also be
Oh.
200.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, and that was
yeah.
That's great.
November 2020.
Nice.
So, Amanda's had a
with
whole
that
ass
one
kid
stone.
in the last 100 episodes.
True.
Because you would have been pregnant in November 2020, right?
I would have been, yes.
Damn. You gestated and have an almost 2-year-old. Where does time go?
I know. I'm so close to 2.
She's, I don't know if it was your Insta or your mom's recently, but I did notice that she's kind of looks like she's grown out of her baby look and like looks like a full-on toddler now.
Oh, yeah. She still has the baby belly, thankfully, but
Yeah.
the legs are like little spindles now. Those big, like, juicy thighs that she used to have. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we don't have to buy you the special wide leg pants anymore. You can wear leggings now. Which is like, great, a whole new world of pants opens up to us. And also like,
It's amazing what walking can do for
I know. It's like
us
she's
of all
never-
ages.
Yeah, she's never not moving anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like she's discovered the skill and she's like, that's it, I'm doing it. She's found her voice lately. Today she just started like she definitely wooed for the first time this morning. Like a proper like woo!
Like a proper woo girl?
Like a proper woo girl. And I don't think she realized that it was a sound she could make or like
Oh,
a
so that's
volume she could
exciting.
hit before. And so now she's just kind of been like roaming around the house like woo. It's like, this is adorable, but it's gonna get very old very fast. I
Yes.
think.
That's so cute. I've had a very eventful / boring few days since we last recorded. It was my birthday and Jay got COVID, so that was fun.
Yes.
He was symptomatic, because we were trying to trace back, because I was talking to Brian about, like, what day 0 would be considered, and, is it from your first test or
First
from
day
your
of symptoms.
from
That's what
symptoms,
I learned
yes.
from him. I did not know that.
Right.
Which, thank God, because he thinks that Monday, he said, I had a runny nose on Monday, but I thought it was because we were traveling and the temperatures
Yeah,
kept changing everywhere
totally
we
fair.
were.
Yeah.
And then so he had done a live Geek Dad Life on Monday, and he had come upstairs. He had ended it kind of, Judy, were you there? I was not. I was, okay. He said that he, like, ended it kind of quickly because early, it was like his voice just stopped working and his throat just started hurting. And we thought that because we had literally been awake for 26 hours at that point.
Yeah.
And he came
that'll do
upstairs and he's like, I gotta go to bed. And like, was just beeline to the bedroom and like laid right down. He's like, don't feel good, you gotta go to bed. So we were thinking that was the point where the virus was like, gotcha.
Yeah.
And he was solidly symptomatic on Tuesday to the point where I actually, after work, I was like, oh, baby, you gotta take a test. And he was like, no, I think I'm just so tired. I didn't sleep well last night. And I was like, okay. And we looked and the tests were, before we recorded, we looked and the tests were expired from September. So I had sent Brian a message before we recorded. And then he got back to me while we were recording at some point. So I looked at it after. And he was like, as long as the control line shows up, you should be fine. On Tuesday night, he was up, he was coughing, he moved into I woke up and he was doing the same exact thing that he was doing the first time he had COVID in February 2020, where he was just hours overnight in the shower with the steam because he couldn't breathe. And I was like, I think in the morning, we're going to take a COVID test.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
yeah, so... he did, and it was the control line, and the positive line showed up immediately. The control line then showed up after, and I was like, ooh, yay. Don't give me COVID for my birthday.
Yeah. That is not the type of gift I was hoping for.
Yeah. So, yeah, whatever. But his test line was very faint yesterday. And we're hoping that by today it's negative. And Brian had even said, if you don't have symptoms by day 5 of onset, then you are considered safe to leave the house with a mask.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize that. And he's been feeling better since he finally he took 3 Advil PMs and 1 regular Advil. I think it was on Wednesday night or Thursday night, and finally slept like all the way through, like a good 10 hours in a row. And has felt like progressively better since sleeping. So yesterday he was fine. Like energy was back. He was like moving around the house and all that. So we're thinking hopefully today will be good. If not, I don't know. He's coming with us to Costco with a mask. I don't know. We haven't really gotten that far yet. But thankfully it was mild. I guess, when you've had COVID like 4 times, your body's like used to it now.
Right. It's like, oh, right. You again. I know how to fight you off.
Yes. And I actually, in my lunchbox for work last week, brought the Epsom salt to gargle 3 times a day at work. I also bought nasal spray because my grandma's coming on Friday for Alex's birthday party. The day that this is going to come out, the 17th. Mm-hmm. And we had to cancel Zach's party because I had COVID and then the kids had COVID. And I didn't want to cancel 2 parties in a row and not see them. I also didn't want to be sick and, whatever. Because my grandma's she's coming here and then my aunt is in Key West and she's going to fly up and then she's taking my grandma back with her to Florida. So I didn't want to ruin anybody's plans because they would have come anyway and just not seen us. It would have been because this is their meeting point. So, whatever. So I did the nasal spray. I've done the emergency with a little bit of vodka every night. It's so disgusting. I cannot.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not great.
Choke it down. So, the first night I was like, it was my birthday the first night I took it. And everybody was asleep by 9:30. And I was sitting there in very low lighting, and I was like, happy birthday to me. I guess I'm going to do emergency and vodka. So that I
like a Covidtini.
A Covidtini. Yes, a Covidtini.
I hear martinis are cool and trendy again. I'm surprised no one has come up with a Covidtini yet. There must be some out there.
You just did. I did it, but I did the LaCroix and I made it a drink with the powder in it. And then I was on Thursday, I was like, oh, I should do that again because it's so disgusting. And once again, I find myself alone. So,
that's consumed in the dark by yourself. With a mask around your chin.
But that day, I had forgotten that I wanted to do the vodka, so I just automatically started filling it up halfway with regular water. And I was just like, oh, yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, it's been great. As soon as Jay doesn't have a negative test, I'm going to take it for 2 more days after that. And then hopefully. Yay, I'm so glad that dry January is over so I can put the vodka in the emergency. Anyway, I know that this is fascinating. Real quick, before we, move on, we're going to be recording Wednesday on Tuesday. I've been waiting all morning to say that.
Nice.
Oh my God, we finished it Friday night. Oh my gosh.
I have to rewatch it. I'm pretty sure I can finish it before Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe I will try and rewatch a few episodes just to sort of go back
Yeah.
and see, the sort of the Sixth Sense theory of all the clues along the way that you might have missed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will be doing that, and that is going to be, I guess in the past, at this point, when you're hearing this, we recorded this on Tuesday.
So hopefully you sent in feedback.
Hopefully you sent in feedback.
If not, better luck next time.
Yeah. I guess, happy Valentine's Day. I should have prepared a Valentine's Day-based show, and instead I came up with a couple of Am I the Assholes just for fun on a Sunday morning.
Awesome.
I prefer that.
Dude, I went to the grocery store this morning to pick up some bubbly for the show, and I was literally taken aback. I almost took a picture. When I walked into the grocery store, it was like Valentine's Day had thrown up in that first initial area that you walk into with the flowers and stuff. Just balloons. I've never seen that quantity of balloons.
Wow. Is it because
I guess we're a couple days away from Valentine's Day? Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Is it because you're on a base and when distance makes the heart grow fonder or something? It's a big deal.
Yeah, or people subscribe more to, gender roles and made up holidays. I don't know.
Yeah. National Bodega Flower Day.
Yeah. Before we start though, Judy, I am obsessed with the color of your sweater.
And I also am obsessed with how well it matches Matt's background.
I've been thought of that too!
Very color coordinated, and I love it, and I'm very much here for it.
Well, and they came in at the right time so that it frames the bottom.
It's like a color story all the way through, and I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're seeing it on their screens, in what order they appear, but for us, it's
Mandi says, I have to leave soon for Girl Scout cookie booth at the grocery store. I'm hoping to lure people away from flowers and cookies. Feel free to unmute and talk. You know us. We're the louder the better. The more the merrier.
Shandy, when I was in the store last Sunday, I got some flowers, and they were on discount. They were $2.99 instead of $12.
holy shit.
And they still are going, look.
Wow.
They're still going
lovely.
strong a week later. And then I was in there 2 days later. Yeah. And they were already discounted when I got them a week ago. But I was in there 2 days after that, and the same bouquet was $24.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Such a racket. Prices are such a racket.
It really is.
Just saying.
Same thing with the candy. You know, it's like the candy's going to like be 75% off like
Yeah.
in 3 days.
Our stores aren't stocking as much candy, so like a week before the holiday, like everything disappears. It
Interesting.
feels like.
I wonder. Interesting.
I honestly have not really been, like, we need to do a big grocery shopping trip today. So I haven't really paid attention, but when we were leaving Germany, we went into one of the stores to try to find just like chocolates to bring back to our parents. And it was a huge, like, Valentine's section. And I was like, how do we say we love you parents without being like, we want to bone you parents? It's very weird.
Important distinction to make.
Yes.
You don't want to mess that one up.
Exactly. Anyway, all right. Also on the record state that, I don't know if you remember it last time we read one of these Am I the Assholes? I could barely see it. So look how big I have zoomed.
Oh. So
It's huge.
We're at that level of...
We're at that level.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. You're like, I went to the grocery store to pick up bubbles. Y'all down south. It's kind of amazing. I had to do 2 separate trips to the grocery store and the bubbles. And because I don't, you know, everything is walkable in my neighborhood, it had to be 2 separate trips out of my house. Because I was like, well, I can't bring the bubbles into the grocery store. Or I can't bring my heavy groceries into the bubbles store.
How is it that in New York the laws are still so stupid about alcohol?
Yeah.
Right?
You have to go to separate places. You can buy like beer. You can buy beer and like malt liquor in like grocery stores or Target or whatever. But like,
So why
you have
not
to go.
You have to go to a liquor store for wine.
You have to go to a liquor store.
That's
You know,
wild.
could only
See, I maintain.
Well,
And
and you
could
can't
only
even.
recently start buying booze on Sundays.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
the thing
okay.
too.
That is wild.
And you
Not
can't
okay.
get beer at the like wine and liquor store. So, like,
Because,
that's separate. Like
That's
there's
the same-
separate stores.
Same thing here, too.
Really
Yeah.
annoying.
It's an alcohol percentage, like the,
Right.
like
Which
the-
is why
why-
which is why my question is, why not wine then? Like, wine is not liquor.
I don't know.
California does it best. You can buy all of that stuff under one roof at the grocery store. Go into Trader Joe's and pick up some tequila on any day of the week. But at least here, I mean, it hasn't. I've honestly sort of forgotten that it's different here because I don't really drink the liquor, so I can still get what I need. But that would be very annoying. And New York is smarter than that.
Yeah.
Come on.
And we talked about how, was it like vermouth or something? I went into thinking I can get it at the ABC store, and they had told me, oh, this was like years and years ago when we lived in the apartment still. I forget what we were trying to make, Jay. And and they had told me, like, oh, you might be able to get some down on the bottom of that shelf there, but really the alcohol content is too little for us to sell it at the ABC store.
Oh my God.
Really?
And I was
Now,
like,
see, that's strange to me. That like you should be able to get all of your alcoholic needs. But you would think this is why everyone just needs to have a packy. Like the New England package store, man. You could just get everything there, and like, yes, you have to go to a separate store from your groceries, but sometimes like that's just. But you can,
Or just be like California.
or you could be like California.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes the most
I also
sense.
just kind of like. You know, like I love our local wine shop. Like it's like I like that I can like kind of talk to the person and. You know, it's like its own little separate journey of life, but yeah.
I mean, there could still be like specialty wine stores, you know.
That's true. That's true. One does not negate the other. That is a good point.
They would just have a little more competition, but
well,
if
in
they
North,
provide superior service, then
in North Carolina, the ABC stores are government run, and a percentage of every sale actually goes to like alcohol abuse center programs, actually.
That's just kind of smart. That's
Yeah, so I don't.
smart.
It's like 2% or 5%. It's something a small percent. I don't think it's like 50%, or maybe it is. But there are signs behind the register that tell you like the breakdown of where your purchase is going. So anyway, we have been joined by Jay and Gott. Hello.
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 We'll have to take one more screen cap with them in it too. So everybody smile. Mandi, hold up the flowers.
Yeah,
They're so pretty. Cheers. Okay, thank you.
They are so pretty.
They really. And the fact that they were like such a bargain.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Or I was wondering, did they just take the flowers that had been there and mark all the flowers down to make room for the abundance of Valentine's Day flowers that were coming in?
I think that was probably more likely.
Probably, but the fact that like they're still going strong a week later, like they couldn't have been that. Oh,
Yeah.
They probably.
A friend that does floral stuff, that makes arrangements, she told me, she's like, the trick with grocery store flowers is to change the water daily.
Yep.
I was like,
Yep.
I usually just fill it up one time and then they die, and then there we go.
Yep,
She doesn't
that's
die. But change the water daily.
My dad taught us that a while ago, and we try our best to do that. And when we get flowers from Harris Teeter or Wegmans flowers last for like 3 weeks at a time. It's great.
Well, do you do the thing too where you like trim them a little bit, like you sort of take off the
Not
end of
every.
the
We
bottom?
trim them before we put them in because they're generally too big anyway for the vases. But we don't retrim them. We just change the water every day or every other day as we remember to. But I do since I was home in 2020. I've been making it a conscious effort to make sure that the water gets changed, and it really does work. So,
And it's just so nice to have fresh flowers. I can just hear Jack yelling into the wind.
You know what? Simple pleasures, man. If those live, fresh flowers in your house bring you joy, then that's money well spent.
I definitely agree. I can understand the quandary over spending money on something that's, already dead. But I do like I think it really brings the room together.
it does.
I agree.
It does.
We got a new rug, and that's been going through my head since yesterday.
It really ties the room together.
Okay, I have two Am I the Assholes. One of them, they're definitely the asshole. The other one, I think it's like, no, they think they're both the assholes in both of them. There's a third one where they're definitely not the asshole, but it's not as fun. Jay read one of them yesterday. Do you think that one's a good one?
I questioned its validity or if it was true or not. Because it seemed too...
I have zero problem believing that this particular one is true. I'm just going to put that
You all be the judge.
All right, well, let me start with the one where they're definitely the asshole, since Jay hasn't heard that one yet. This one's been going around the internet. It's like the new It one of the past few days. So if you're on Twitter a lot, you may have seen it. Like, every so often there's one that blows it up. My husband and I have 3 children, 25-year-old female, 16-year-old male, 13-year-old female. Our oldest moved out 3 years ago with her boyfriend and got an apartment. They were together 4 years before that, so it wasn't like she just ran off with some guy she just met. We supported her decision. She was old enough and working full-time. The issue is rent in our area has more than doubled on average since then. Their landlord raised the rent 40% in the span of 3 months, and they couldn't afford to stay there anymore. The issue is they weren't exactly swimming in cash before that. They don't really have enough for the first, last, and security with the market. Not that there's much to, but anyway, in their price range. Their plan was to move in with her boyfriend's parents.
Oh, wait, I have heard this one before. I saw it somewhere else. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this one's going around. It actually reminded me last night, that article. It's from the article you sent me, Jay, to the review of the Harry Potter world.
That's probably where I saw it then after.
I had read it before then, and then once it popped up in that thing I read that you sent me last night, I was like, oh yeah, that would have been a great one for the broadcast. So I went back and found it. But that's where you read it. The plan was to move in with her boyfriend's parents for a few months while they figured stuff out and saved up, but they won't let her come with. So they proposed an idea. She'd move back in with us, him with his parents, and they'd save up and be gone in 6 months tops. The issue is me and my husband don't feel that's appropriate. She's an adult now, and she needs to learn to take care of herself, not relying on handouts from her parents. She offered to pay rent, but we would only do that if she agreed to pay the market average plus her share of utilities. Right?
Who are these parents?
Which would mean she couldn't save up like she wants to. Because we aren't doing that, she's been forced to share a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 other people, some of whom she finds sketchy. I feel for her, but I still think it's her responsibility. At this point, she doesn't call much anymore, and I'm worried that this may have impacted our relationship. Right? Everybody's laughing because...
Oh, great. They're out of the house. I'm completely absolved of parental responsibility. Great.
I have zero compassion, and this is a very hard time to be coming of age, and nobody can afford anything.
You may never come back.
She can rent a
go
car.
off and live with sketchy people and be unsafe because the room that was in our house that you had been living in for all these years is now Airbnb'd.
It's our very important meditation.
For the market rate. She used to match the market rate of our Airbnb room.
The thing I found, I saw it with like a caption, and they wonder why we don't call home as much or whatever.
I mean, now she has to add on like the cost of therapy on top of all of the rest.
Right?
Truly.
His mom is like, if she's old enough to rent a car, she's old enough to be homeless.
The cruel world, kid. The sooner you learn that, the better.
Exactly.
You're not getting handouts from us, even though you're paying rent, presumably
So
buying your own
her
food.
parents are Republican.
Here's some bootstraps. Good luck.
Anyway, you can see why this post went viral, because this woman has been universally roasted.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anyone that's like, perhaps you may, your daughter deserves it. Everyone's like, the nicer
point.
The nicer ones are like, perhaps you may want to reconsider your terrible stance. And the rest of the internet, it's like, fuck you, you suck.
Oh my God.
Yeah. To my parents' credit, they would never, ever, ever leave me hanging like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Most people wouldn't. That's it.
Feel like we're all in agreement here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the other one I was talking about. I read this yesterday. I took Zachary to a birthday party, and then it was like 2.5 hours at this trampoline park, where Alex's party is next week, actually. And then I took Alex there for the last hour so he could, I paid for him to jump for an hour or whatever, and I saw this there. And as I slowly read through the comments, I put together what was happening, and I fucking lost my shit. I was laughing so hard. Pun intended. Dun dun dun. My girlfriend, 28, and I, 32, have been living together for 4 years. She works from home since COVID most of the time, but sometimes she does go into the office. I go to my office every day. My girlfriend has always done our laundry together and never had a problem with it for all of these years. Since she works from home, she takes care of a lot of the housework, but I do help out where I can. Well, when I get back from work, although she refuses my offers with reasons like, I should wash my hands, I do wash my hands, though. Lately, she has started separating my undergarments and vests, vests, I believe, is an undershirt, a term for an undershirt in the UK and maybe Australia, from the laundry pile and not washing them when I had no trouble doing that in the past. When she had no trouble doing that in the past. She said that my undergarments contaminate her clothes and she wants me to do them myself in a separate load. Yet she still washes hers in the same load. I suggested we do all our undergarments in a different load, and she said no because hers are cleaner, and that would be worse. She got pretty mad and made some nasty comments about my hygiene, saying I should keep myself cleaner in my privates, not soil myself. I do not. and learn how to wash my hands. I do shower and I do wash my hands, but maybe it is natural that men smell more. I don't know. I'm getting pretty annoyed at being treated like I am disgusting when I am not.
You have to say it, though, if you have to be like, but I do wash my hands.
Hold on, I have to turn on my proper indignation voice. I lived with my mom before her, who did my laundry and never said my boxers were dirty.
Okay, so this man has never done his own laundry.
No, he has not.
In his life.
I said, if she keeps doing this, I will stop buying the groceries that she keeps telling me to bring home from my commute, on the way home from my commute from work, and she can do that herself. Am I the asshole? Yes. This poor man literally fought for his life and lost in the comments.
Oh, no.
It was bad. However, my favorite one, which was my phone, I had to screen cap it because there's like 1,000 comments. Hold on, what's the total amount of comments? 2.9 thousand comments. Whoa. I had to screen cap this, though. Apparently, at some point, he was pushed back, and he kept saying, hey, maybe he had a medical condition. He'd go to the doctor to see about, like, maybe he smells more than usual. And everyone's like, she's actively observing you not wash your hands, presumably after you shit. And she's telling you to wash your hands. She's telling you straight out that your underwear is disgusting. And this poor man is just not getting it, like, just arguing with everyone. And at some point, somebody was like, why don't you just get a bidet so that way you don't have to worry about, like, having a dirty butt? And
good suggestion. Yeah.
He said that he can't. The problem with him using a bidet is that it creates a brown liquid without completely unironically not realizing that the brown liquid is his poop. And that was the point where I burst out laughing in the middle of the birthday party.
Oh, no.
Like, what do you mean you don't understand what the brown liquid is? Then there was a whole subsection of comments in which everybody is like, I cannot imagine that this couple ever has sex. Which I agree.
Turn on.
I was like, yeah. And then he's like, well, my mom never said anything. And she's like,
also, how did these people become a couple in the first place? I
right?
feel like if that's your first argument, it's like...
And also, I'm still kind of stuck on the fact that he has never in his whole life, and he's what, 28, you said? 32?
He's 30, he's a 32.
32 years on this planet, and he has never done his own laundry? That's wild.
Yeah. It was wild.
Back in my day, I was doing laundry when I was like 11.
It's like a good introductory tour.
Yes. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Hey, Franck. Our good friend Franck from France is here, everybody.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh, man, that mantle's looking great. I love how you guys have decorated it. It looks beautiful. Cool.
I love it.
Well, when Jay comes back, I'll take one more screenshot.
Yes.
So at one point, somebody was like, just straight up, look, man, your girlfriend and the internet are all telling you that you're gross. And he's like,
did COVID teach us nothing?
You're right. There was a song and everything.
And then he's like, I got a bunch of DMs from like 15 people that told me that I'm not gross. And they're all like, and you have almost 3,000 comments telling you that you're gross. Like, it's this poor guy. But he's the asshole, right? No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Literally and figuratively.
I had this image also, just the disgusting way. Somebody was like, you know that when you wipe, it's like wipe plural, right? Wipe until you're clean, not just one wipe. Anyway.
Yeah. It varies. It
does.
It really varies.
Proportional
on a case-by-case basis. Yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh, picture time.
Picture time. Oh, JJ, we gotta do one more because Franck is here, and then Mandi has to
leave. So one more. Quick.
She's gotta go do Girl Scout cookie things. Yes. Yay! Flowers. I can buy myself flowers.
Online, Mandi?
1, 2, 3. Cool. I think I like that picture the best.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Can somebody send that to me for my 1 second a day?
Sure.
Oh, me too.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, Mandi. Bye.
Anyway, Franck, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Yay.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you feeling?
Congratulations about the 300.
Thank you.
That's a good number.
You and Jay are both next to each other on the bottom of my screen, and you're both the two most recent people I know that had COVID.
Oh, yes.
And I'm only thinking about that because you also were the two people I knew that had also almost cut their fingertips off. So really,
I mean, the similarities never seem to cease.
Wait, I don't think it was almost. I think we both cut the tips of our fingers off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
2 men, 2 tips,
just
or
a
whatever
tip.
it was.
Just the tip, but mine grew back. It grew back fully.
Nice. I think Franck's is doing well too.
Wow,
Right, Franck?
that's impressive.
So what, do you want to see my finger? Sorry.
You're the tip that you cut off.
Oh my God, yes, it was at the same time. I forgot that. I don't remember where it was.
It was
Was it-
next to your finger that you actually are missing a piece of.
Ah, this one?
Hey, Lex.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, it was something.
Yeah.
I kept the piece actually.
Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
Are you
No,
serious?
no, I kept it. Yeah,
Did you
it's somewhere
really?
in my box. I have a box where I keep.
In an apothecary bottle.
I like.
It's like in formaldehyde.
But you know,
Can
like,
we
it was,
see it? Can you
it's
show us?
crazy how the flesh can just reduce. It was pretty big, and now it's tiny. And then, but I like to keep weird things. So.
He has like a shadow box, and
Yeah, I don't
No.
know where it is actually. I have to find it.
Do you also have like your first tooth in that shadow box and like a lock of hair? When you
I
first
just
started?
have teeth in there. Yeah.
I just added the teeth because when I went to France last time, I went to my mom's bedroom and I opened the furniture, the doors, and I found all my youth. I know you call that, my
Baby teeth?
Baby teeth, yeah.
Well.
So I took them with me and I put them in a box, of course,
As one does.
Like you
Yeah,
do.
yeah, but it's like a wonderful thing. Like I think I have a piece of a bread that's 15 years old.
Is it the bread Jean
There's
Valjean
some
stole?
memory.
Is it special? It's got to be special bread.
There's like
I
a
assume.
memory with it, but no.
But the problem is like some of all these different pieces I really don't remember exactly. What are they connected to? But I know they were important. So
They
I
were
keep
important at the
them.
time.
We're saving.
It'll come back to you. You need to start the like little toe tag things, like just like this bread came from.
Just
No,
date
it's like
it.
it's weird because
One word.
I'm starting to freak out because it's been a while I've seen the box.
No,
so...
Frank, don't worry. It's here. I've seen it. It's
Oh,
here.
okay.
I just
Alright,
don't remember
cool.
where we put it. There's still, we haven't put everything away from moving.
Okay.
7 months later.
Well,
But otherwise, my finger is getting better.
Good.
Yeah.
My mom saved my teeth too, and when she gave them to me as an adult person, I promptly threw them out. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, and I save everything. And I was like, perhaps not.
You should have buried them, and then you could have grown a new mouth. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and then you have to go to the dentist and extract your wisdom teeth again. That's not good. Because I'm gonna do that soon.
You are. Jay, did you get yours removed? He needs his removed. They tell him every time. God, you guys really are twins in medical things.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been I should have done that in January 9th or 10th, and it's been like 3 times I postponed it.
Oh my God.
for normal reason, but I'm happy. So next time I think I have to do it. in
Yeah.
March.
Yes. But you had to postpone it because you went to Sundance.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Oh gosh, tell us.
Yes, tell us about Sundance. Okay, but before we do that, let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with some tales from Sundance.
So it was a great experience. It was great. It was really out of the blue, last minute. Applied for the festival to work at the box office and got a job. I mean, there were like maybe 25 of us, working at the box office. So it was great. It was like above my expectations about the organization, about the festival itself. And, just to put them in a context, it hasn't been in person for like 3 years. So everyone was super excited about that. And then there was like tons of snow. It was super cold. So everything was like just, the good component of a good film festival for Sundance. So yeah, it was great. It's definitely a great organization in terms to work with, and also a great festival because you feel definitely the independent cinema over there. I saw filmmakers crying at the end of their movies, during the Q&A.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's like just, you have to tell yourself, this is not Cannes, that's like, this is not Toronto. There's like many movies, filmmakers. It's their first movie, So some people are selected to Sundance and their first movie, and they're being put in this crazy huge film festival. So you see maybe still filmmakers who have a job on the side. It can happen, and the diversity in movies is just amazing. Many women filmmakers, African American, Asian community, everyone is really represented at the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so great to hear. That's so great to hear.
It was a great. I would recommend to anyone maybe to go there. I know it's expensive to go there, but working for the festival was kind of like almost a dream. Not only like just going there and almost like I could have done it for free,
Yeah.
And lots of people actually. There's 2,000 volunteers there, and lots of people going there just to watch movies because you able to watch movies. If you're a volunteer, it's unlimited, so you can watch as many movies as you want, So it's really great. And I mean, they give you, as I said, as an organization, I mean, we got a lodging, we got like a stipend for the food, for the flight. We got a bunch of like goodies, like, some stuff like this, like super nice water pitcher and like just
nice swag.
And a fucking
that is cool.
puff coat.
Yeah.
That's worth like $200.
Wow, you got wow.
Yeah, no, it's like this. It's just to tell you, it's like it was really cold. So each bus stop, has a like heaters, propane heaters, because it was so cold, and there's someone's working there, until midnight, and people just freezing. It's really, if you go to Sundance, and if it's cold, you have to commit. It's not like under the palm trees. It's like it's really hard just to get all you gears because it's cold. It's crazy. I've heard this story about this Uber driver who his cab just broke down in the snow, and it was near a filmmaker party, house, and the filmmaker just welcomed him the time the car had been towed. So it was kind of like, this type of stories. It's really, and of course I party a little bit. Maybe that's the way I got COVID 3 days before the end of the festival. So it's really easy to go to. Oh, the Shandy is here, and then people are really nice. I don't know. I don't know. It was a great festival.
What was your favorite film? Excuse me. What was your favorite film that you saw?
That was my question too.
Yeah, and I have the time to see like 15 movies,
Wow.
So I see like maybe 3 or 4 movies. In the last 3 days, I was like isolated in a hotel room, so online. But and I saw premieres because like I was like 70%, maybe not 70%, maybe 40-50% of the movies are like world premieres. So, and it's really nice to go to the premiere because you have the Q&A with the filmmakers, and usually the filmmakers and the crew are here only for the premieres.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw like 3 or 4 different premieres. I will say two movies definitely. I mean, like, no, maybe 3 or 4 movies, like two dramas. So the first one is The Cat Person. It's talking about the power dynamic, in a couple, kind of like tale of like how people date today, but it was really powerful. I'm pretty sure this movie will be soon on the platforms.
What was that movie called?
Cat Person.
Cat Person?
Yeah, so it's based on a short story. It's been published on the New Yorkers, and I don't remember, but I think it's the same name. So you can have access to this short story actually. And so I saw the movie with one of my colleagues when I was there, and then they actually, the end of the short story is the middle of the movie. So basically they created half of the movie, But it's really great. It's really talking about like how women can be trapped in relationships, with people. And it's this kind of like a contemporary, story, talking about like app dating, and all this stuff, like just talking about trust in a couple, young couple when you start to meet someone. It's really, it's great. The cinematography is beautiful. The photography is beautiful. It's like, it's a movie you cannot miss. And on the other side, I will say the documentary 20 Days in Mariupol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a prize. Actually, he got a world-based documentary. It's really, I mean, I've seen that it's gonna be a year, for the war in Ukraine, and I think about that. I remember last year when I was watching the news.
On my
but
birthday.
Yes, actually. So it's talking really about the 21st day in Mariupol. The first city in Ukraine has been, under siege by the Russian military. And all the images we saw actually last year are based on these two journalists actually from the AP. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly. One from the AP and one Ukrainian journalist.
Yeah, I'm looking. It looks like it's the AP. I googled it.
It's AP, yeah. And then, so these people were trapped in Mariupol and filming everything what's happening. They were the only eyes, about what's going on in Ukraine. It was these two journalists.
Wow.
Their goal was to film as much as they can, but also to escape the city. Because if they cannot escape the city, they cannot, show the world everything's happening.
Yeah.
And they were not able to transmit, by satellites because there's no more satellites or no more connection. So their goal was really about balancing, about like filming as much as they can and escape the city, to show the world what's going on. It was really the first images we saw. I'm pretty sure you remember this woman when the Russian bombed this maternity. And this woman just outside, and you saw her, and they're taking her out, and she died, like just the day after.
Yeah.
And so basically, it's kind of like you see some images on TV and you learn about the story.
Wow.
A year after. Same thing, just related to that. Last night I saw Navalny, the documentary. She got a award at Sundance last year. It's the same thing. I mean, it's talking about the story about Navalny when he came back from Germany after
Is he still in? Is he still in a Russian prison?
Yes, he's still.
Okay,
He's in based on the last news, he's in really bad shape because they're trying to kill him. They put him in isolation, and that's really. So anyway, so this movie is definitely recommended. It's really hard to watch because the images you saw last year on TV, you didn't see everything. The movie shows everything.
Wow.
I mean, like there's no, that's really difficult to watch. So, and then I will say another one, Plan C was really amazing. And I know because I have the little, I gave it to Shandy, the little stickers, but they have these things. And you can put this in a bathroom.
QR code.
Oh,
yeah, the QR code. So I love that. So, and it was the premiere.
Need to be unpregnant.
Yeah, need to be pregnant. So I put it actually in a urinal in a men's bathroom at the bar on Friday night.
I put some in the women's bathroom at the bar we went to on Friday night. Really? And I didn't stick them because I didn't see any other stickers. So I was like, okay, well, if that's maybe not the thing, maybe that's not okay to do, then I'll just like put them out. And later on in the night when I went back to the bathroom, they were all gone.
Wow.
But but it's like I just stick it, on the urinal, and every time we're going back to the bathroom, I was funny because I was looking at people, if they're looking at it. Because for a man peeing and saying, "Hey, do you want to be pregnant?" It's kind of like ironic, or like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so it was a great movie. So it's talking about like this grassroots organization, Plan C, actually, who fight, try to bring some medication, abortion.
It's the at-home abortion pill.
Yes, exactly, and it's really based on a red states, usually. So how do you manage that?
Yeah.
And the thing is like it's crazy. It's like it's not under the law, even in the red states, to order the abortion pills, and people don't. It's kind of like a gray area when people don't know exactly, But it's not against the law, and you can still order them. So it's like it's just people don't know about it, and that's what. It was amazing because all the participants, all the people who are involved in these different organizations were on stage, So it was like 30 people. Even one of these women, I remember she works for Plan C, one of her organization. And it was cool because her husband, she was so busy with with work that her husband was the cook at home. So he was cooking for her. He was doing everything, cleaning, cooking. And he was on stage. I think it was kind of powerful to see him, just the only guy on stage. Like, yes, I'm here because I support my wife, that's fighting for this cause. And yeah, it was great documentary. And then, it was great. Another movie, like When It Melts, it's a Belgian movie talking about trauma, untreated trauma, I will say. And this, it's really hard to watch also. There's a rape scene in a movie. And it's really, really difficult, but this Belgian movie makes me think about this movie we watched with Shandy, like maybe 6-7 years ago, called The Broken Circle Breakdown. I don't know if you heard about this movie. It's as hard as this movie, I would say.
That one, to be clear, that one doesn't involve rape, but it's
no, it does not. But it's like
reasons.
typical. I think the Broken Circle Breakdown was more difficult than
The broken what?
Really? The broken circle breakdown?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Parents of small children might not always.
Yeah, don't watch this. Don't watch
Okay.
this movie today, because it's raining outside. You're gonna be depressed and it's gonna be horrible.
The music's phenomenal.
The music is phenomenal. Yeah. Other movies you're gonna heard about it. Fair Play, just bought by Netflix for $20 million.
Oh wow.
So same thing, like talking about like a women empowerment, actually the couple, and it's crazy because they both work kind of like in the finance, and usually it's really male oriented, but the woman's starting to get a better job than her boyfriend. So crazy, pretty good movie. Really like that. Theater camps, talking about like adults dealing with kids at the theater camps, but this movie is not for kids. It's definitely for adults. So it's really funny. It's a comedy. It's a drama comedy. So yeah. I mean, and one thing, go ahead.
No, you have to talk about Justice.
Yes, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
Oh, Justice.
Yes.
Justice. Oh my God. It was.
Which, to be clear, unfortunately, you didn't see, right? But
no, I just checked before actually this morning to see if it's available. It's not available because the movie actually is unfinished.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, so it was a work in progress.
I mean, they're still doing some editing and.
Oh wow!
But
that's cool.
It was really the top secret, the Sundance top secret movie. No one knew about this, and actually the movie was shot in secret. No one knew about that, and you have to know Doug Liman, the filmmaker. It's not this time. It does. This guy did Age of Tomorrow, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh yeah.
Girls, like the Bourne Identity. I mean,
not really usually the type of film you associate with
exactly.
that filmmaker. Yeah,
but it was really challenging because I've heard it doesn't bring really new revelation. It brings this new revelation about a person who I've seen actually, sexual harassment from Brett Kavanaugh. At one of these parties, and it brings also new revelation from, I think her name is Ramirez, a new woman who's been sexually assaulted, by him.
The woman that was assaulted, Debbie something, right, from college?
Yes.
Yeah,
Debbie Ramirez.
There you go.
Yeah. And then, so the story about this movie. So I was working at one of the theater, and it was kind of crazy. So you can see Sundance is like, this theater is like 350, 400 seats, Sometimes you can go to 1,200 seats, the biggest. And then it was really busy. People arrived earlier, and we knew like the tickets were on sale only 24 hours before. So you can imagine at Sundance, tickets. And so there's like lots of, seat reserved for the press and industry, just it's like I tell you after a while, and it's like just so there's like 150 people from the press industry, and then maybe 40-50 people who bought tickets and couldn't enter the theater because there are so many people from the press industry. So it's kind of like a chaos, at the end of the outside of the theater. And then the filmmaker I remember seeing is coming outside and taking all these people. It's like, yeah, come, I know you. Yeah, you can come. So, and I didn't know about that. I didn't know this movie, never heard about it. And so the movie starts and starting talking with one of these security guards. This woman works, at the entrance and start, to know all of these people working. And she started talking to me about like, oh, do you know about the movie? I was like, no. Oh, it's a movie about like Brett Kavanaugh, and apparently they shoot in secret for like 2 years, and And then we interview like it's like a FBI, and like actually they try to bring, to prove that the FBI didn't do its job when they investigated Brett Kavanaugh. So it's kind of like also incriminating the FBI, so it's not good. And then and I said, no, I don't know. And like just that night I went home like an hour after that, and I started to go on Twitter and starting to see all these articles about that. I was like the LA Time and like just all these movie makers and I don't know if the New York Times, but and people starting to tweet about it. It's like, it's the first time in my life I was kind of like part of a thing that's tweeting after that. I was like, hey, I was fucking there.
Yeah, you were part of like a news making moment.
And also it was about this movie. It was like just, all this, like, yeah, I love it. It's like, I love investigation documentaries and all this stuff. So I was like, oh my God, it's like just, and it was kind of like super excited to be part of that, even if I didn't see the movie, but I was there that night.
Yeah.
And then that was something I really love that, and I think it was one of the highlights, even if it didn't involve anything, So
still, that's pretty awesing.
It was great. I hope it's going to be soon. I'm pretty sure like we're gonna see it soon. But I want to add one more movie I forgot. It's the Going to Mars, the Nikki Giovanni project. And I didn't know about she's a African American activist and poet.
Yeah, I love her work.
Love her poetry.
I know.
Yeah.
So the documentary, it's almost philosophical, it's like just and talking about her, and it's directed by two African American people. I don't remember their names, but it's like just, oh my God, it was so good. So
wow.
yeah,
what was the name of it again?
So it's called Going to Mars, the Nikki Giovanni project.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird name, but like you understand when you see the documentary. It's it was really phenomenal. So that's another thing. The midnight movies are really excited to. I saw one Animals. It was not that great. I was like, it's really exciting to go to a midnight movie. It's like just because we have all these movies, kind of like niche movies, and maybe I didn't like. I think it was really slow, long. But I'm pretty sure like people who love this type of niche movies, I'm pretty sure they enjoyed it. It was a werewolf movie, so not that scary, but it was good. Also involving women, and it was really, really great. Anyway, it's like something you can. Oh, one more thing. I saw Michael J. Fox, and it's my point. It's like, oh my God!
No way, Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, and I was at this movie with I don't remember the name. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and this guy Tobias. He plays in.
Tobias Funke.
He plays in the Queen.
There are dozens of us.
What's his name?
Menzies.
Tobias Menzies. Yeah, that's true.
Like from The Crown.
Yeah, from The Crown. And then
and half of British TV shows.
Did I say the Queen? Maybe I said the Queen. It's The Crown. Anyway, and then when I was watching the movie, and I don't remember the name of the movie, but. And then, You Hurt My Feelings, yeah. It's kind of like a bad Woody Allen movie. I'm sorry to talk about Woody Allen. There's so many things to say, but and then at one point, so during the Q&A, it was the premiere. So like Tobias was there and Julia Louis-Dreyfus and the filmmaker, I remember her name. And at one point, Michael J. Fox was like 2 seats behind me and asked a question, and I was like. She was like, oh my God, Michael J. Fox sitting like 2 seats behind me. And I didn't realize, it's my youth, Back to the Future and all these movies.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't realize Did
you get a picture?
Yes, actually I did. I have a picture.
Send it to us and I will put it in the Instagram post I make about this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I sent it to you. It's really
text me.
No, because he was there like transferring him from the seat to the wheelchair, and then I didn't want to be. It's it's weird to take a picture for him because it's situation, it's like when I trying to sneak and I see his head, his face between two people in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was like unreal. Like, oh my God, Michael J. Fox sitting next behind me, I was really cool. And then, but there's a documentary about him, Michael J. Fox documentary. It was also screened at Sundance. It was a world premiere. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it soon also. And I didn't see it, but lots of people told me it's excellent. And he's a great person. Anyways, like just there's many things, we can talk about and parties. Like
yes.
I can send you a little video also you can post. Kind of resume about.
So Franck, if anybody listening now has any questions for you, since this episode won't be out. By the time this comes out, we're not going to record again for like 2 weeks. But over the next couple of weeks, can they send in questions for you if they have them? And will you record a video thing, voice thing rather, where you answer those questions if anybody has any? Would that be okay?
Yeah. The first question
Fantastic.
is free. Yeah, the first question is free. After that, I can give you a 20% discount for any questions. Free questions, you can get
That's
two
fine.
questions, one free question.
That's fine. We'll give you whatever we'd pay Boston for the month. We'll give it to you. It's fine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like you can send questions. Yeah, there's so many things to. Yeah, it's like just. I will recommend to anyone to go there. Actually, it's kind of like pretty cool. And also now, actually, they do it also hybrid. So it's the festival starts on the first day. It runs for 10 days, and then the second week, starting on Wednesday, it's online.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, from the Wednesday. So for 5 days, you can watch the movies online. So it's the pass. I really, like cheaper. I think you can buy a pass for $150.
Oh, cool.
$200. It's definitely worth it. Many movies are available online. So for next year.
Well, you already have a question from Gott, and that first question is: do you still want the jewel?
The what?
The jewel.
Fireball Island.
Fireball Island. The game. The jewel.
The what? Yeah, no, I understand the word jewel, but what is it? I don't understand the joke.
The board game at the meetup.
Fireball Island.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, I have. Oh my god! I remember this game. It was really cool. Jay won. I remember. No.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, at least
home court advantage.
He was happy,
Well, you can play again in May when you come.
Yeah, hopefully. I can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you so much for sharing all of this.
No, thank you. Congratulations on the 300.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
CCC.
Yeah, the CCC.
The CCC.
The Triple C.
In Roman numerals, it's CCC, apparently. Colleen,
oh, really?
looked it up for us.
Yeah. So this episode, we're the Broads Triple C now.
The Broads Triple C.
Oh,
I
like it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the first word, like when you first said that, the first word that comes to my mind is cunt.
Me too.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself that I didn't think of that. Darn.
It's okay. You can't be responsible for thinking of everything.
I know.
Yeah. You were the one that gave us the Roman numeral, so it's a team effort.
You did your job. Yeah, we put it up and we.
Oh my God, you guys are giving me so many. You guys are giving me so many speaking of things right now. Like I want to be like, speaking of, we'll see you on Tuesday. Speaking of, all right, now I've lost my train of thought. Speaking of congratulations, though. Congratulations, ladies. A toast to Broads Triple C.
I got a refill for the toast.
Oh, okay.
That's true. I'm glad I saved just enough here.
Oh,
you saved just enough. I've been pouring. Okay, there's still a good half a bottle left. I feel better about that.
Probably rightly so. This was a generous pour.
Yeah. The first one didn't count because there were no bubbles in it, so I'm pretty sure I was just drinking stale flat water.
Yeah.
I like your glass, Amanda. You champagne. It's a Marie Antoinette glass. I love that.
Apparently, I always thought that this was a coupe glass, but I had never heard the term Marie Antoinette, and I think that's what I'm going to call them now.
For context, before we started recording, the first thing Shandy said to Amanda was, "Oh, is that a Marie Antoinette glass?"
I think, to be honest, I think Shandy told me that was a Marie Antoinette glass. I didn't know before. So
Yeah,
This is the man from Champagne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I was always told that this was a coupe glass, and that's the only name I ever knew it from. But I'm like obsessed with this shape of glass. I've always been really into it. So
It's the best.
fun.
yeah,
may have a
It's the best shape
story.
of glass.
You may have a story in Champagne. He opens, the champagne.
right.
Yeah.
I've
don't
heard
know.
that the more surface area for the bubbles, that like is a better. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, then
We should go
next.
to Champagne together, Amanda.
Oh, someday from your mouth to the universe ears, I would love that.
Can you imagine a broad trip to Champagne?
Oh my God,
I
a
think if that's
recording.
going to be our first non-Raleigh trip, I feel like that's a good one.
A recording from Champagne.
It'd be great.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I love it.
In the middle of the, vines.
Yep.
It'd be
Let's start
fucking
saving our
great.
pennies, girls.
I
I
can-
think
I
we
can
can
see
make
it.
this happen.
Gotta stay in Paris too. The Paris
Oh,
Champagne.
yeah,
Well, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, and a recording at the Sacré-Cœur on top of the Eiffel Tower.
I love all of it.
All of it, all the things.
I'm going to save
On the
every
Champ de
penny I
Mars.
can.
Yeah.
They're just going to squirrel some money away for this idea. I love this. Let's make this happen.
All right. A toast to 300. Every single week, I am in awe that you guys still want to do this with me, and I am very grateful before and after. So thank you. And that everybody still wants to listen and comes to the things like the Zooms. It really makes me so grateful and happy. So here's to Triple C.
Here's Triple C. Thanks for having this idea, Colleen.
It's the highlight of my week, a lot of weeks.
Aw, thank you. And thanks to Amanda for proposing we do a champagne brunch at some point back in December.
Oh, I'm glad that was me. I don't remember it being me. I always assume all the good ideas come from the two of you. So
Nope, this one was, if I remember correctly, you were like, we haven't done a champagne brunch in a while. We should. And then we were like, let's do it in January. And then we got to January and we were like, why did we decide to do this during dry January?
Anyway, February it is.
Yeah, and the last time we did one, it was on your birthday or right before your birthday or whatever. So,
Oh.
February.
Thank you for being our institutional knowledge.
Seriously.
I don't know where I keep it. The older I get, I can't remember things anymore, but for some reason. Anyway, cheers.
Anyway, cheers. Toast.
A toast.
Cheers.
toast.
To 300 more.
The 300 more.
Oh my god, we're gonna be so fucking old then. We might not even remember like
Actual cougars.
We'll have to take oh my god, by the time we have 300 more, we'll have to take like 3 different pee breaks because we'll be so old.
We'll just start recording from the bathroom. Let's go in there. It'll be fine.
Remember when we
Wash your hands.
Just wash your hands and mute yourself.
And mute
You need
yourself.
a minute.
Yeah, but specifically wash your hands or get a bidet. On that note, thank you all though for joining us. We appreciate it. Next week's episode will be recorded already as you hear this, but it will be Wednesday on Tuesday, and then Wednesday on Friday. Very excited to talk about it. Hope you all sent a lot of feedback, and then we will be back for a new episode. We're recording, I think it's on Thursday, March 2nd, so the day after Survivor comes back.
Yeah.
So you can tune in to Survivor JJC on that morning.
There you go. I know I will.
Woohoo! I know when you listen because you send me feedback in real time.
Yes. I do like to live feedback it.
Shandy will send me feedback commenting as she's listening, and sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to respond when she gets about 20 minutes sooner because her question's about to be answered.
That's fair.
On that note, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute a certain level, that we Eckhart, Ignor, Tack from Tokyo, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Planet, Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. If you have if you'd like to become a patron, patreon.com/JayandJack. We are due for a bonus show for the bonus level patrons soon. Last time we did Mad Libs, it was super fun.
Oh, it was so fun.
If I can find another Mad Libs, we might do that again. Because that was
Wouldn't be
great.
mad at it. Wouldn't be mad about it.
2 deer, both alike in dignity. In fair zoo. Become a patron and find out what we're talking about. Yes, if you have any feedback, thebroadcasterstory@gmail.com, or give us a call 331-276-2373. The voicemail thing is working now. Shandy and I tested it out earlier. We good. We can play Maggie's voicemail on next week's episode when we talk about Wednesday. And anybody else that wants to send in the feedback in the past, future, whatever. All right. Though, yeah. Anybody else have anything? Am I forgetting anything?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, I will see you next Tuesday, Broads Triple Z.
Yeah.
See. Okay. Anyway.
See you then.
See you then.
See you then, Steez.
All right. Yeah. On that note, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.